We were the first doubly transsexual couple to be married, and it was in 2003.
I have no one now, but I have Andrew. He's the love of my life.
My eldest son said he was afraid he'd lose his job as a teacher because his mother was transitioning.
I've always been, well, in my opinion, a woman. I was overseas. I'd been involved in an accident. They found that I was intersexed, down to having eggs.
They couldn't work out in the beginning how they were going to allow trans men to marry women when most trans men cannot afford genital surgery at about $200,000. Jessica had said to me that she always wanted to be able to walk down the aisle as a woman. To have it done in a church when churches were still very much against it.
I'd say it's the happiest years of my life, and I hope that Andrew feels the same.
Yes, dear, how dare I feel otherwise? I'd been transitioning solo, so to speak. I got all the paperwork changed that I could. One day I thought I have never yet met a trans man, so I went along to Lewisham, where the gender centre is. And I walked in and there was this person there, very attractive.
I walked in there and there's this little sad, lorn little person there. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'll talk to him. We started talking.
There was going to be a gender centre ball, so we went together to the ball, and I spent the whole night at the men's table. She was sort of playing the widow all night. She said she wasn't sure she was going to go out with me again.
We got back together the following week and decided we'd give it another crack. And I found that if he wanted to be a companion, I wanted to be a companion with him.
My first marriage, lovely guy, and we were together for 24 years. My kids knew I was different, but when I sat them down and said, right, I'm going ahead, I'm in transition, they were really weird about it. My eldest son said he was afraid he'd lose his job as a teacher because his mother was transitioning. So he's never been out to see either of us. I hear from my brother who's in New York, but my sister hasn't really spoken to me for 26 years. I'm sort of a family by myself. I've got Jessica, but not my lot.
I realised I was different as a child, young, maybe primary school. Kids picked up on the fact that I wore my sister's clothes and played with the wrong toys, to the displeasure of my parents and people around. I had to learn how to fight at school, and that meant I was able to defend myself through school. Through my work life, I was able to hide it behind camping, bushwalking, doing he-man things. In my 20s, I was overseas. I'd been involved in an accident, and they said that I was different. They found that there were parts that didn't belong. After further investigations back here in Australia, they found that I was intersexed. At that time, there wasn't a lot understood, and at that time, I didn't explore it much further, because all my life I've cross-dressed. But I've always been, well, in my opinion, a woman. And I did change. It wasn't a mistake. I'm still happy I did. I never had a lot of friends. They're severely troubled by coping with my changes. I did have 2 daughters. They left Australia to work overseas, feeding the hungry in one of these refugee camps sort of set up. But they got killed in a raid while they were over there. Everybody else went, all my brothers and sisters. So I have no one now, but I have Andrew. He's the love of my life.
Jessica had said to me that she always wanted to be able to walk down the aisle as a woman. And so I thought, I'll make that happen. We were the first doubly transsexual couple to be married, and it was in 2003. If we had wanted to, we could have married before, but I would have had to have got married as Anne Brewer to John Blair, and we didn't want that. They couldn't work out in the beginning how they were going to allow trans men to marry women when most trans men cannot afford genital surgery at about $200,000. So for those of us who had gone as far as we could, we were still classed as being of the female sex. So they introduced a grading system where if you could answer yes to questions like, are you accepted as male? Do you work as male? Do you live as male? They would then issue you with a completely new certificate. So being there as Andrew James Blair, marrying Jessica Elizabeth Blair, it was really special. And to have it done in a church when, of course, churches were still very much against it all, even though the government had just legalised it. It just felt ecstatic to be exchanging what were the traditional vows as a man to the woman I loved.
Yeah, the place was full, they had people outside, and our honeymoon was spent at Lightning Ridge. All expenses paid as a gift. The driver had been warned that we were on and treated us as VIPs. When we got to the hotel, then he got the bus to drive us round to the room so Andrew could carry me over the threshold. I can't remember exactly what we'd done. What did we do?
I don't think we bothered, dear, unless you carried me.
I'm not sure if Andrew crawled on the ground and I got on his back with my feet on the ground to carry the load. I can't remember, but I think we made some sort of show of it. He means the whole world. I love him. He's cute, cuddly. We have a household where jobs are shared. A lot of cooking, Andrew does some cooking. I open the jars, strong hands, and we help each other. He's the man of the house. I make him buy the coffee for me and pay the bills, but he uses my bank card. So sometimes it's a little bit of fun. We joke about it. I torment him.
I kiss all her cuddly toys to sleep every night, and I kiss both of her hands and both of her feet and her face.
Yeah.
Every night.
Yeah, every night. Yeah, it's rituals. I feel like any other couple.
Well, she means the whole world too. I can't imagine being without Jessica. Sometimes I do go tiptoe into the room just to see the blankets go up and down so that I know she's breathing.
Oh, that's mutual. Well, me and Andrew have both been together just short of 28 years, and I'd say it's the happiest years of my life. And I hope that Andrew feels the same.
Yes, dear, how dare I feel otherwise?